Hi guys, welcome back to part 2. What we're going to do today is get the track laid down and build the support for the Christmas tree. So first off, we got to take into account where we're going to be positioning and everything and what is around it, where the railway will have to live for the Christmas period. So we'll head off to the living room to where it's going to live, and we'll have a look at any issues that we may have in that location. What we have to take into account when doing our scenery is where it's going to be located. What we have first off is the corner of the TV screen. It's currently balancing on the foam, so that's got to be shaved down in that corner, and where we're going to position the tree. So if we just move that out of the way. Being in Australia, we have artificial trees, and this is the one that we will be using on the layout and how big it is. As you can see, it fills the gap between the TV and this thing here, and won't be in the centre, so we've got to work out and mark up the position of where it will actually sit, because this has to be raised up. So I think if we put it around that angle there, that will give us the most room at the front of the layout. So with the Sharpie marker, I'm just going to mark roughly where the feet are going to sit, and down the back here, and also the corner of the TV, so I know where to avoid with the track and where the high level part of the support for the tree is going to be. So we'll now take this back out into the kitchen, away from the three wise men who are standing guard, and we'll get the track plan mapped out. So there we have it. We have the mark for the corner of the TV. We've got the 3 feet of the Christmas tree base there. So what we can now work out is where we can run the railway. And to make life easier, we'll take this off. So we can see what we're doing. And here we have a blank canvas, and to make it even more blank, we'll take that off. We add some parsley. And what we're going to do is I'm going to use this to make a template of the board, cut round it so that we can have patterns for cutting out the timber base. So here we have our nice little template piece of paper. Cut the sizing out somewhere on here. There are some marks which we can't quite see. So now that we know where the mark is, there's a mark here. 1 foot. And a mark here. Corner mark of the television there, and the back foot of the tree there. So now we can work out where we want everything. We're going to mark off the front face of the support platform for the tree. And I'm just going to make that a straight line, quite easy. Makes doing the scenery quite easy on that end, and We can go at 90 degrees, just roughly there, and then we'll just clear back here past the foot of the tree and go straight to the back. So that will be the basic shape of the upper tree support. Right, it's upside down to you, but hey, I can see. And what we've got here is a corner. Now what we could do to make this cornice, we can make like a pond. So we'll go around a pond here like that, and depending on it where we can get it straight, we could even put a bridge in and then have a little sort of a bit of a brook and another little pond down here like that, potentially, just to give us something a little bit different. So now we're going to work out the track plan, taking into account these areas here. So we'll start down in the front corner here, so we might have a bit of a pond there, and we're going to want to curve around the front, 90-degree curve there. We'll have to get a little bit more around there, like that. So we can't go quite this far over, so we'll have to put that there, and we'll just take that bit of a curve off there. So that would work, and you grab the station could go down there, just in front of the little stream type area. And we'll put a straighten curve in there, so I reckon with a little bit more curve we will go straight towards there. So set gauge track, fun to put together. There we go. So we could go somewhere like there, and what size bits of straight have we got? Now bear in mind, I do have flexi track as well, so we can jiggle things to make it fit properly. So down the front, we want another 90-degree bend. Down here, so we're going to have to shorten that a little piece, so take it straight off. A little straighten down here and there. I don't think that'll be a set track size bit, no. So there we'll do, and we'll carve in and put in a bit of flexi track trim. Sorry, get the right bit out. Flexi track that will just trim there, so it will fit this gap like that. So that will be the basic track plan. It's never going to be a highly complex little railway because it's only small, and we've got the tree on top, so that takes up a lot. So we'll have like a wall along here, and along the back here, tunnel entrance here, tunnel entrance there, and it'll all be hunky-dory and good. Now draw around where we're going to put the track. So we'll just disconnect that here, move that out of the way. First off is, scalpel. We'll just carve what I'm going to do actually, while I think of it, and it will work nicely, is transfer it all onto here. So the track is back where we had it. That's in line with that. And we can fix this down on here shortly. There we go. And then over the top we'll lay the Christmas tree base, which will also a little bit of scenery on it. So we've got this area around here to make the scenery. There's one final thing that we're going to do here, and that is to do clearance. We don't need to do it on the baseboard itself, but we do need to do it on this sheet. Okay, so there we have the track back on top of where the track will be going. And to work out the gauge clearance, I'm going to get the longest coach that I have, and then we're just going to run it round here with the pen and draw the outside and inside of the track. So here we have my longest coach that I have, and to make sure that when I cut the two boards that are going to be going on here that I have enough room, we're just going to get the pen in the middle of the coach and run that around the inside of the curve there. So that is the minimum clearance I need on the inside, and the outside we run it on the corner of the coach. that will make sure that when the trains are running through the tunnel, there will be enough clearance that the train doesn't actually hit the corner. You just double check that is nice and clear. Now that we have the clearance lines drawn in the tunnel itself, what we're going to do is I'm going to go and get my foam and I'm going to glue down on the track bed where the track is going to run. So what I'm going to use to glue the track bed down is some Yoo-Hoo expanded polystyrene adhesive, a bit of cork here for spreading the glue about, and the Wonderland Scenic's track bed. Now this is N gauge. I can't find anything in Z, but it is basically just a polystyrene bit of foam that can be glued down to make it sound deadening. Now I'm going to leave a gap in the sound deadening here, because that's where we're going to build a little bridge to go in, maybe here, doesn't really matter where, and run this around. Now it's a contact adhesive, so what we're going to do is first off just going to run glue around the track bed, leaving the gap there for where we're going to put the little bridge in that we're going to build. And then use cork and we'll just spread that out. And then we'll leave that to dry. On this here, I'll do exactly the same on the underside. Now that the glue has gone off, we'll just stick this down onto where the track will be going. Now I'm not worried that it's not exactly where the track will be, because we will be scenerying around it, ballasting around it, and everything else, so we'll just work out how much of this last bit. Let's try. So there you go. The track will lay on top of that. And there we have the complete circuit. What I'm now going to do is glue the track onto the top of this foam using PVA. Now a quick glue of PVA. Lay the track back on. Go and find some weight to put on it to hold it down while the glue sets. Now that the track is glued, we've now got to go and cut 2 pieces of board this shape in its entirety. That will be the top layer and will be one for the Christmas tree for when it's Christmas and I want to display this around the Christmas tree, which will be a removable lid, and a second one which will go back on when I'm not using the Christmas tree, which we can add more scenic details at a later date. And there's the second one. So I shall now go and get my jigsaw set up and cut these 2 boards out. Here we have 2 identical boards, or as close as. Once I've sanded them down they'll be more identical than they currently are, but they are just what we need. They form the roof of the tree support. Now what I've got to do is on this is cut out the track area to create 2 smaller pieces of board, and they are what then I need to make the sandwich to bring the floor up to put this on top. and then we'll call it a day. So now we've cut out the 2 pieces of the template, we'll just run the coach on there. And double check that the clearance all the way around doesn't impede on above any of the paper. Sweet. So we'll now get some board, cut out 2 or 3 of each of those. And just to make sure, I've cut out 1 of each. Make sure that, again, there's no clearance issues through here, which there isn't, which means at any stage I can put the longest vehicle that I own through the tunnel. I will now use these as the template for making the next 2 layers. There we have the tunnel and the tree support. It's nice and firm and solid, and obviously the top will be removable. So we literally just got 3 layers of wood, MDF. The trains have loads of clearance in there through the tunnel. So all that's left to do with this now is to give it a bit of sanding and glue it all together. So the video that will be coming up next will be creating some of the landscape formation, ballasting the track, gluing this all together, connecting the wires to the track, and hopefully we'll run some trains. This is what we're trying to sort of create. A little bit of winter underneath the Christmas tree. So enjoy modelling, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.